A very good, happy, damp Wednesday morning to everyone out there. Happy hump day. Landon here with you to bring you your latest weather or not forecast, courtesy of On Target. We've got some widespread rain showers, a few rumbles of thunder continuing to impact the region, folks. We've got our cold front that's set up just west of the region, and that thing is going to be taking its sweet time working off to the east as we progress here throughout the day, and that's going to keep the shower and storm chances alive for us. We got the WABBLES community outlined in the white here. You can see pretty much along the central and western side of the areas getting in on the bulk of the activity. Folks just east of there, you will be getting in on that here very shortly. Getting a look over the Beechtree News Skycam up in Morgantown. They're dealing with a good old-fashioned frog strangler. It is raining cats and dogs up there in that vicinity, but we can jog down to our south and east where it's still dry, overlooking the Sexton Bill Better Skycam, showcasing a nice view of the shelf cloud along the leading edge of the rain and storms, overlooking west there from Gold City. So if you've not wet yet, folks, it's on the way. That's a promise. It'll be arriving across the rest of the region here very shortly. Temperatures have remained up, folks. We're hanging out right around the upper 60s, lower 70s. High temperatures, folks, have pretty much already been achieved, all right? We're going to be looking at temperatures meandering right around the mid and upper 60s throughout a good chunk of the day. Winds are going to try to turn out of the north and west as this shifts to our east. We had our readings up to right around the low to mid 70s a short time ago before the rain arrived, and that is pretty much where our high temperatures are going to be as we work throughout the day. Taking a look here over the past 24 hours, you can see where we've got the rain showers aligned. Right along the western tier of the area, Logan County up into Butler County, receiving the bulk of the rainfall right now. As you can see, right around an inch total, but that will continue to shift eastward, folks, as the cold front is slowed down here over the past 6 to 12 hours. It has not been allowing much of the rain to get into our vicinity, but that is all going to change here throughout this morning. You can see blatantly whenever we bring up the wind fields that the cold front is bisecting right through the heart of the WABBLES community. We've still got these southerly winds that are present, but if you look off here to our west, you can see some of the winds are starting to meander and starting to veer and turn out of the north and west, all right? Now, with the cold front hanging up here across the region, looking here at the latest surface map, what we have is this continuous plume of moisture that's going to be working in here out of the Gulf of Mexico as that cold front takes its sweet time blasting east through the area. Now, we got a much better illustration we put together for you to give you a better idea. But you can see all this bulk moisture heading north and east out of the Gulf is going to continue to use that cold front as a boundary to travel off to the north and east and continue to impact us, all right? Now, the bulk of the plume of moisture will be with us throughout this morning. We're going to lax and lose some of that moisture this afternoon, but then it's going to return overnight into the early morning hours of our Thursday, all right? So let's break it down here looking at the latest short-term model guidance. And you can see here, we're pressing right through the sunrise hour, and the short-term model guidance is picking up on this very nicely, okay? So I'm liking the timing of the HRRR model this morning. This is going to continue to keep the bulk of the activity around throughout this morning, and then, folks, magically, right around the lunchtime hour, we become much more scattered in nature with the activity. We might get a few rumbles of thunder in here, folks. We're not expecting any sort of severe weather, but we could receive copious amounts of rainfall throughout today, tonight, and again as we work into Thursday morning. Here we are working into this afternoon. The low-level jet is going to lose its strength here, and that's why we're going to see the activity become much more sparse across the region throughout this afternoon and into early evening. But wait, there's more. We work throughout the overnight. We get the strengthening low-level jet to help promote the lift and the moisture advection up into our vicinity. Look at a return of some intense moderate to heavy rain showers and some rumbles of thunder working in here overnight. Here we are looking at sunrise on Thursday, and folks, by Thursday afternoon and evening, with any luck, the moisture is going to be out of here with the cold front finally shifting off and down to our south and east, okay? Now let's fast forward and let's take a look at the Friday time frame because we've even got more activity that is planned for the weekend to follow, all right? We're going to be looking at the 500 millibar level as this is going to be dictating our weather pattern here as we work into the final day of the work week and on into the weekend. After this cold front passes, this large upper level low that is pinwheeling over the Four Corners region is going to eject off to the north and east, okay? Although the center of the upper low is going to be well west of the region, it's going to bring an associated warm front and then cold fronts through the area as we work throughout the weekend. So take a look here as we work into sunrise on Saturday. We're going to have the warm front that's going to try to be lifting north of the area with these series of cold fronts that's going to be stringing off this low as it pulls off in the same direction. So you can see here all the way through the end of the weekend, all the way through our Monday as well, and then the upper low finally gets picked up by the main level flow and picked up and out of our vicinity, okay? So we've just looked at what's going to be going on in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. Let's compare that with what's going to go on at the surface as a result. So the cold front finally gets out of here. We work into the weekend, folks, and look at that. The surface low is going to be stacked right there where the upper level low is. Here's our boundary extending out and lifting off to the north and east. It's going to force this moisture plume up and into our vicinity, all right? So here we are looking at Saturday afternoon. Saturday night into Sunday morning is whenever the heaviest rainfall will be occurring throughout the weekend. Here we are looking at midnight, Sunday morning, pre-dawn hours, then sunrise on Sunday morning. Finally, by the time we roll into the overnight hours and into early Monday morning, we get the activity out of here. So folks, long story short, take a look on the backside of that one as well. We have another developing low pressure system and cold front that'll blast through in the Wednesday into Thursday time frame of next week. We've got numerous disturbances to keep an eye on. We've got it today, we got it again tonight into early Thursday morning, again late Saturday into Sunday, and then we roll into Tuesday into the Thursday time frame of next week. Folks, we're in an active pattern, all right? That's as simple as a way that we can put it. The good news is we're not expecting any sort of severe weather out of this. We have a generalized thunderstorm risk for today into tomorrow. Might get a few wind gusts out of this, but outside of that, we've got no concerns regarding any sort of severe weather. With the numerous disturbances in line, folks, this is valid from this morning over the next 7 days through 6 a.m. Wednesday morning. 3 to 4 inches of total rainfall. We could see a total of 1 to 2 inches today. We were looking at the mesonet there a few minutes ago. Logan and Butler County is already about to approach an inch total. And then we could be looking at another 1 to 2 additional inches in the late Saturday into the Sunday time frame as well. We also have some question marks regarding the weekend and into the early days of next week. Guidance has continued to hint that this Hurricane Raphael will remain down into the Gulf and eventually dissipate. It is worth noting that we have a model or two, there's no consensus, that tries to bring that hurricane inland and tracks it northward. Obviously, if this was to be the case, this will bring a drastic impact to our weather and could alter and change things rather drastically. So we will be keeping eyes on the tropics, folks, because as you know, tropical systems have a mind of their own, all right? Here is a full breakdown of your next 6-day weather forecast. Well, if we can get this to participate. Brought to you by our friends at Ohio Valley Insurance. We got loads of rain showers, thunderstorms this morning, becoming scattered this afternoon. I think high temperatures have already been achieved right around the lower 70s. We get the scattered activity that continues into our Thursday morning. We should dry out by Thursday afternoon all the way through our Friday with slightly cooler temperatures. Rain and storm chances come right back into the mix as early as Saturday afternoon, continuing all the way through the weekend and lingering into Veterans Day early next week with highs trapped back down into the 60s. That's going to wrap up your Wednesday morning hump day edition of your Weather or Not forecast, brought to you by On Target. You all take care of yourselves and each other. Stay dry. Have a blessed Wednesday.